Good morning, it's Kurt. For today's video, I'd like to talk about the word uniqueness. Yesterday I published a blog post, and in it I talk about Thomas Edison, who when he was young, I believe about 7 years old, his teacher criticized him for having what he called a, quote, addled brain. His mother, rather than seeing a disorder or a weakness, saw a strength and pulled Thomas Edison out of school, and for most of the rest of his schooling, he was homeschooled. And we know what Thomas Edison went on to be. These days, he might have been prescribed medication for ADHD, right? But in that brain, in what they called an addled brain, really lied his strengths. Maybe he had talent themes like futuristic or ideation or activator. These were his strengths, and his teacher saw it as a weakness or a disorder. The renowned economist Tyler Cowen actually writes that he himself may be on the autism spectrum, but writes about others, inventors, creative business leaders, who may also be on the autism spectrum. People like, he describes, Albert Einstein, Nikola Tesla, even Bill Gates. These are people who, when they were young, may have been criticized or seen as having, quote, addled brains by their teachers and in their schooling. But when they got to be adults, they were allowed to really explore their strengths and their passions. And we know that those, what lied in their brains was not a disorder and was not a weakness, but really was a strength. So why do you think from a young age, too often, we look at what makes people unique, and instead of looking at those as strengths, we look at them as weaknesses or disorders or something to be stifled? Why do you think that is? Because I think when people get to be adults, after a lifetime of being developed that way, where you stifle your strengths, stifle what makes you different, stifle what makes you special, there's this disengagement problem, right? They've never been fully allowed to explore their strengths and their passions. And so after college, when they get into the workplace, they have maybe a sense of lack of direction. They don't know really what they want to do. They've never really been allowed to explore what makes them special, what makes them unique, and where their strength lies. I'd love to hear your comments, questions, answers, agreements, disagreements, witty retorts. As always, I'll answer them as they come in, and thank you for watching, and have a great day.